Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aman. I run this account along with my dad, Mandeep. And today is July 7th, 2020, and I'm going to give you a quick recap of a few trades that we took today. All the trades that we use the ultimate trading strategy. So let's get right into it. So the first trade today that I took was Google, and a few points on this. One thing is that between 6:30 and 7 in the morning, I generally do not take trades. I like to watch the market. I like to see what kind of early moves are being made, and another reason is also because there can be a lot of whipsaws in the morning that can, get you to lose quick profit, and that's just really not something I want to do. So I like to be patient during that first 30 minutes and then look for opportunities. So a few things I look at are, as you can see, this green dotted line as well as this red one here is the opening range breakout. But the one we use is it's a dynamic one. So it will give you the highs and lows for the first 15 minutes, the first 30 minutes, and the first hour. And then after the hour, it just goes parallel for the rest of the day. So you can see that there was a move between up here's the first 15 minutes at 6:45, here's 7 o'clock, and then here's 7:30, right? So I waited till about 7 o'clock, 7:05 to see if there was anything going on. I had already seen this buy that had been triggered a little earlier, about 6:40. I didn't take the trade yet. So I waited, saw this pullback that happened right around here, and then around 8:20 came another trade. So I generally like to take trades if they've cleanly broken the 30-minute or the hour. So as you can see, that happened right around here. So the trade happened as it broke it. I took the trade here, and you can see the next bar, it happened to drop below the opening range breakout. So I took the trade off. That kind of lines up with this close signal that you can see right here. So I was out of the trade. So, that's just how it is. Sometimes they just don't work, and that's okay. But moving forward, as you can see, once it dropped below the high of the opening range breakout around 9:40, you got a short on the trade, and the short was entered around 15:05, 15:06, and it closed all the way down at about 14.90. You could have held it till the end of the day, maybe till 14.85, but 5-10 point difference, not really that big of a deal to me, honestly. So that was the trade for Google. You definitely made up the small loss that you might have taken on this first trade right here easily with this second trade. Next trade I took was Shopify. So let's just type that in here and let's take a look at it. So Shop had really, really good volume throughout the day, especially to start the morning. And another thing that I really liked is that it didn't have a huge gap to the upside or to the downside. And so this was on my radar for the morning. And as you can see here, around 7:10, it got a trade, and I took the trade. And this went from I got in around a little early, actually. I got in around 10:20, and I closed out around 10:37, 10:38, and that was the trade. And you can see that this was a pretty good trade because pretty much for the rest of the day, between about 8:20 up until 11:15 when the next trade happened, the stock just went sideways. So there was no reason to even be in the trade. I didn't take the short on the second one, just chose not to. And so that was the Shopify trade. And I also took Chipotle. So let's take a look at Chipotle real quick. So Chipotle, again, no big gap up, as you can see here. And then here was the 7 o'clock, the 30-minute range expansion. So again, I got in around here. I got in around 11:35. It went up, and this at the high, the hour high was about 11. The price was about 11:45. It failed to break it. Stock went sideways a little bit, and it closed. I took it off because usually, if I do enter a trade around 7 or 7:05, and by 7:30 or around between 7:30 and 8, it can't break that hour breakout, I just tend to get out of it. If I have some profit, great. If not, I can always get back into it later. So fast forward a little bit till about 8:50, 9 o'clock. A short triggered on it. I took the trade around 11:25. Even though it didn't break the low end, I noticed that the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, and the S&P 500 were all kind of falling around this time. So I said, okay, well, this might still happen to be a good short. So I took it. It got down below the low end. There was a full bar that closed below. I thought about, I kept it. A few minutes later, it, crossed back above, but, it didn't really make that much of a significant move back towards the upside. So I held on to it. And then again, around 11:15, there was another good short that triggered, but I was still in it. So held on to it. And I closed out around 11:08, 11:09. So that was about a good 15-point move on that trade. So I really like that one. Overall, there was not too many. Actually, I have one other trade that I took today. Kirkland Lake Gold. So this was actually one that did work out well today. I actually got into this one really late. This was a really good trade. Had you got, again, if I had seen this around 7:05, it would have been nice to get in around 42.50 and then ride it till the end of the day, up till about 44 it went, but I wasn't. So I actually managed to get in around 43. The second buy right here, which happened around here, I actually got in around 43.80, which was pretty late in the day, but I saw the stock was still doing pretty well, so I got in, and it just made about a 25 cent move to about 44.07, and I got out of it. But that was just I'm not usually trading stocks like this, but if they happen to pop up and I like the move on them, I'm going to take them. So yeah, that was the trading day for today. Not too many things taken. It was kind of one of those days where the market looked like it was going to be positive throughout the day, but then, things dip down, and that's just how it works. So, just got to play what you see, play the hand that you're dealt. And yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and there will be a new video out for you guys tomorrow. Thank you.